A good hello. You'll have noticed that there haven't been any videos on the channel for quite a long time. It was originally only supposed to be a 1 week break for mental health reasons. Then I got sick, which extended it out a bit further. Then I took another dip further into mental health issues. And then I've entered a period where I have been having insomnia, which has made it incredibly difficult to get anything done at all. Um, as a result, the break has obviously been a lot longer than I'd intended. Every now and then I'd find just enough willpower, just enough time to play some Baldur's Gate, which honestly has also contributed to the fall of my mental health a little bit. I am thoroughly enjoying that game, but there is a particular character I made a decision to romance that the further and further I've gone into it reminds me of an ex, and it is hitting me very badly. And at some point I should have gone, you know what, I'll call it here and I'll back out. And I didn't. And it's just gotten worse. And now I've got this element of me where maybe it's the, ASD, ACDC? No, ADHD side of me, whatever it is, that can't back out of fear of missing content in the game. And so now I'm bashing my head against the wall with it, despite the fact that the large majority of the game is great and I'm having a lot of fun and enjoying the story. I keep running myself into this wall by basically destroying my mental health in playing it, which is not a good idea. And backing out of it now is probably the best idea to do, but I can't get myself to actually do it because I don't want to miss content, which seems insane, and I think it is insane, but that's the situation I'm in with that, which has made things worse when it comes to trying to play other games like Life is Strange 2, which I would love to get to the end of, but I think what I've discovered for Life is Strange 2, at least for me, I know some of you prefer it to the other games, is that it's really well written, it's really well told, it's really interesting following these two characters. But for me, the first game and then Before the Storm both gave you these breaks in between the hard-hitting moments, gave you these times to recover, to recharge, to just enjoy life with the characters a little bit, in between each of the really hard-hitting, really difficult moments. Whereas with Life is Strange 2, I am constantly on edge about what's going to happen to these kids. I don't think I've felt relief since the opening scene of the game. The opening scene? The scene where their dad gets... Yep. Since that scene, I don't know that I've had a moment of relief with them. I've just been on edge constantly, and part of that is that I don't have any control over Daniel, and so I'm just going, oh, what's he going to do? Is he going to make the situation worse? And I am just on edge constantly with it. And it's... So when I'm not in a great state of mind mental health-wise, it is very hard to return to it. Because being on edge, being anxious, is somewhere where I am already, and making it worse by sitting through that is not easy to make myself do. So while I would love to continue the story, and while I do intend to at some point, there is a reason that has been on break for as long as it has. And so I'm considering, while I'm getting to the end of Baldur's Gate 3, while I'm getting there, maybe introducing a lighter game, a fun game, something that is just, just a good feeling game, because I kind of need that right now. So if anyone has any ideas for a really light, fun, like joyous feeling game that they would like to see, I'd love to hear it. Something that doesn't have a sort of darker, depressing mood would be needed for me at the moment, so that I can get back into recording videos, because I really do want to. I just have been hitting that brick wall, and as I said, part of that is my own fault, and I should have dropped the romance once I realised what was happening with it and how similar it was. But the issue with Baldur's Gate 3 really is you make a choice early on without knowing anything about the characters as to who you're going to romance, and I find that a little bit problematic for an RPG, the fact that you can't partway through the game go, actually, now that I know these people, this is a much better choice. This is a much better option for me. Especially being someone who's demi-romantic and actually needs that connection, I had to make a guesswork choice on who would suit me best. And I guessed wrong. Which means that then I feel like I'm going to miss out on something by backing out of it. And that feels really crap. It's the only complaint I have about that game, honestly. It is a lot of fun, and if you like fantasy settings, if you like D&D, this is my first delve into actual D&D lore at all, and I'm really enjoying it. The closest I've come is watching Legends of Vox Machina before, would be the closest I've come to D&D lore itself, though I have played a lot of tabletop games, just never D&D. But yeah, if you like that sort of thing, I'd highly recommend it. It's a very good game. It's just I made a decision that is partially on me and partially on the fact that you really can't change your mind after a certain point on who you're romancing, and you don't know enough about the characters before then, or at least I don't feel like I did. Which is really quite unfortunate about it. But yeah, as I said, part of it is my fault. Just a quick note here, in case anyone is wondering, I haven't been editing Baldur's Gate, I've just been recording it. I'm currently somewhere around episode 35, 36, somewhere around there. But I haven't been releasing them because I haven't really had the mental energy or capacity to edit anything. So if you are wondering, if you watch that series, why I didn't change my mind on this sooner. I didn't figure it out until somewhere into the second act, and at that point, I don't know why I didn't back out. But I am a lot further ahead in my recording than where you're seeing with that series, so you will end up seeing me wrestling with that decision quite a lot, even at a point where I probably had the chance to back out without it affecting me too much or have the feeling of missing content, and yet I didn't, and I don't have a good explanation as to why. But I do want to get back to recording videos, so please let me know of a game that you would like to see on the channel that is lighthearted, hopefully shorter in length as well. Just something I can do to energize myself a little bit more and just feel good about playing games again, and feel good about life would be great too, really. But yeah, have a good one, be kind to yourself, be kind to each other, and I will see you shortly in the future. Bye.